Good evening, Brian. It's Wednesday. So in your last couple videos last week, you mentioned that you had started to feel a little bit more like an adult officially, and that you had sort of decided to start pitching in a little bit more around the house and just doing a little bit more of chores and general upkeep and things that adults sort of have to do. And then also you got your first jury summons, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, it's kind of weird being in the age that you are and that I sort of still am of transitioning into adulthood and starting to have more of those responsibilities and do the things that you think of as adult things that are not things that you've had to do before then. It was definitely a big change or a big eye-opener when I moved out of parents' house and into an apartment, and all of a sudden had to start really doing more in terms of chores and housework and things like that. At home, I definitely did help out sometimes and would do dishes and clean up and help do things around the house, but probably not 25% of the chores were done by me. So I wasn't really pulling my fair share of the weight, which I feel like is typical when you're a kid living in your parents' house. But once I moved into the apartment I live in now with Lulu, all of a sudden it's just the two of us. There's no one else that's going to do anything. So not only do all the dishes have to be done by one of the two of us, but all of the tidying, all of the cleaning, all of the grocery shopping, all of the cooking, all of the purchasing of various household things when you need them, like towels or trash cans, all of it. There's only the two of you. So everything it takes to run a household or to keep your home functioning has to be taken care of by the people that live there. And that's definitely an interesting thing and something that I didn't really think about. And I knew logically, but I didn't really think about it until I moved out and had to do that in my own place. So I definitely understand the feelings there. It's probably good that you're planning on doing a little bit more. I know more recently you've been getting more into cooking and have also sort of been doing grocery shopping for the things you're cooking as well, which I'm sure helps. And you mentioned that you're going to try to pitch in more and do more dishes and more household things like that, and I'm sure that's going to be super appreciated by the parents for sure. It's definitely interesting though, that realization of like, okay, I'm an adult, like I probably have to do these responsibility things now. Sometimes you don't like it, but I feel like when you're a kid, doing things you don't like seems like the most terrible thing in the world ever. And sort of as you grow up and do things that you don't feel like doing more often, you realize that it's just, at worst, kind of an inconvenience, but it's not that big of a deal, and so you just do them. The other thing you mentioned about adulting is that you got a jury summons for the first time. That is very exciting. Welcome to the club. I think I've gotten 3 before. It's pretty straightforward. I think you'll probably call the night before to see if your number is actually called, and then you go in the morning if it is called, and then they may or may not actually use you. I went the one time that I had to go. The other 2 times it got dismissed. We were in the jury pool room for most of the morning, and then finally actually went to the courtroom that afternoon and went through jury selection for the rest of the day, and I was not chosen. So I have not actually served on a jury, but I've gone to jury duty at least once. But it's I'm sure it'd be an interesting thing. I'm sure it would be neat to see, although I feel like the majority of cases that you probably hear are a lot less interesting than the kind of things you hear about on TV, but it might still be a neat thing to sort of be witness to that process of the law and the trial and all of that. So if you do have to go, it might not be that terrible. Plus, you're doing your civic duty as a person in the community, so that's fun too. So yeah, welcome to the club of adulting, Brian, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to your Thursday Top 5 tomorrow. See you later.